He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This one's wife. Doorbell. End. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Well, we know he's a dimwit, but he really has excelled himself with this latest story. It's absolutely astonishing, isn't it, that you see the picture as per the thumbnail of the Prince of Pink Pancakes stood there on the phone as he's knocking on the wrong door or ringing the doorbell for the wrong residence. What a grade A bell end. What a weapons grade helmet this fellow is. I mean, what on earth was he doing? And we'll get to, of course, what this tells us in a few moments, but let's just have a bit of entertainment at Harry's expense again. First of all, does he not know where he's going? Clearly not. Is this because he's usually on a lead with this one's wife, or that she knows where she's going and utilising the grip of doom? She's manhandling him to wherever he needs to be. Is this because he isn't used to having to find places on his own? One wonders that when he's on the crapper, if he has to be given detailed instructions as to how to use the toilet paper in case he starts wiping the wrong place. What was he doing? And it's interesting, as one can see from the picture that was taken from the recording of him ringing the doorbell at the wrong house, that it doesn't look like there's any security around him, and we'll return to that in due course. But what was Harry up to? He's in a residential area of London, but where's he going? Has he popped off for a bit of How's Your Father with a bit on the side, relieved to be away from his handler? Is it a case that he's out and about trying to score a little bit of recreational pharmaceuticals? Hi, yeah, I'm looking for Tone. Yeah, I'm told he's the guy that's got the good stuff, you know? You know what I'm after? And then who knows, he's on the telephone ringing Conkerbollocks. Hey, Conkerbollocks, you said Tone was the man to go to. What was the address again? I'm not sure where he is. So have we got hapless Haz wandering around a residential area in London trying to score some recreational pharmaceuticals and knocking on the wrong doors as he finds Granny there with her purple rinse saying, Charlie? No, Charlie doesn't live here. Don't know who you mean. Oh, come on, you must know. You know, Charlie, expensive, snow. And she's thinking, snow? No, it's springtime. I don't think we'll get any snow. And poor old hapless Haz, desperate to get some beak, is there harassing some granny because he's gone to the wrong house. Was that the scenario? Or perhaps he decided that he wanted to reenact the scene from Love Actually, where Hugh Grant as the Prime Minister was trying to find Natalie on Christmas Eve, and he went to various houses until he found the right location. Perhaps hapless Haz is doing that he's searching for a certain somebody who is awaiting a prince, a real prince, to come and save them. And he's decided that he's going to reenact that by going to strangers' doors. It remains to be seen precisely what he was doing, other than trying to find a pal, as has been described in the press. Wonder who that pal was. But as reported, a blundering Prince Harry has been caught knocking on the wrong door while searching for a friend's home in London. The California-based royal landed in the United Kingdom last month to challenge the British government's decision to downgrade his level of taxpayer-funded armed security. During the Duke of Sussex's stay in his native England, he paid a friend a visit, but he appears to have gotten himself confused while doing so. Well, not exactly difficult to get to that state, is it? According to one family, Prince Harry knocked on the wrong door 3 times. What a pillock! Before finding his pal's home. A snap captured by a Ring doorbell shows the prince talking on the phone as he stands at a door. One resident said that the housekeeper had answered the door for Harry, but had not recognised him. Imagine that. Probably thought there's some homeless bum trying to con his way into the household. Or has he come to read the gas? No, we did that last week. Piss off. We were shocked to see it was him on the camera. We only noticed once neighbours started talking, they said. Neighbours were left baffled at the royal sighting, with many finding it odd that the prince did not know where he was going. Well, it doesn't surprise me, because this man is a pillock. I don't think many people would just walk down a road knocking on doors, let alone if you don't feel safe, one neighbour said. The prince reportedly knocked on 2 houses before finding the right one, with one neighbour observing they were at completely opposite ends of the road. So he was completely wide of the mark. He probably had to ring his handler. "Oh, Megsy, can't find the house. Can you help me? Need to go caca." Prince Harry's mishap comes after it was revealed on Sunday that he had stayed at a friend's home during his visit to the United Kingdom and had a Deliveroo sent to the front door. So here we have Harry ambling around some residential area in London. It doesn't appear that he's got security with him, although I suppose they might be stood to one side and potentially off camera. But here he is going up to random doors. He entirely feels confident, not about finding the right address, but feels confident to be strolling around London, seemingly on his own, and knocking on random doors, along with the delivery that he had. This naturally doesn't sit with the position that he has adopted of, "I don't feel safe in the United Kingdom." That's clearly a load of bollocks. You evidently do, because if you didn't, why would you be wandering around seemingly on your own in a residential area where anybody could jump out of the green recycling bin and bop you over the head and stuff you in the back of the white transit behind you and then ransom you off for 5 jars of raspberry spread from your wife? He has no idea who's behind the door because he's lost. He can't find the right house. There could be any kind of lunatic waiting, according to him. But evidently, it shows once again the hypocrisy of Harry, whereby in order to get his own way, he'll bleat about not feeling safe and that I can't bring my family to the United Kingdom because they aren't safe. And then he wanders around lost, trying to find his pal, knocking on random doors until he does so. It evidently doesn't enter his head that, hang on, this could be unsafe, or he actually doesn't care because he does feel safe because he's lived in London. The fact is that whilst it is recognised that there are stalkers and lunatics that could cause him a problem, and undoubtedly so because he is a public figure, the level of threat, I dare say, is nowhere near that which this one's wife has convinced him to believe, and that he thinks is the case when he engages in victim mode. The fact is, most people wouldn't wish ill upon him, and furthermore, hilariously, he wasn't even recognised by the housekeeper. Perhaps if she had recognised him, he would have been more at risk. "Oh, it's you, that whinging ginger prick who's always in the fucking papers. Come here, bend over, I'm going to spank your body and make you a member of the Pink Bottom Brigade. You've been a very naughty boy. Diana should have done this more often to you. Now, shut up and take your punishment." But the fact is, Harry demonstrates that he's a doorbell end, wandering around, demonstrating the hypocrite that he is, and providing us all with a good chortle to boot. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.